Welcome to this video on the concept of transition, exploring the spiritual shift and the journey toward eternal glory. In John chapter 12, verses 21 through 30, we see seekers looking for Jesus. He responds by declaring that the hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. This moment marks a pivotal transition as Jesus prepares to fulfill his purpose, emphasizing that his glorification is tied to his mission. Jesus uses the analogy of a grain of wheat falling to the ground to die, illustrating that true life and spiritual fruitfulness come through sacrifice and surrender. Following this, a voice from heaven confirms God's glory. Jesus explains that this was not for his own sake, but for those around him. Hebrews chapter 2 reminds us that Jesus was made lower than the angels, suffering death so that he could taste death for everyone, bringing many sons to glory. Philippians chapter 2 highlights Christ's humility and obedience unto death, which led to God highly exalting him, such that every knee should bow. We are encouraged to work out our salvation with fear and trembling, knowing that it is God who works in us to fulfill his pleasure. A key part of this spiritual walk is living without murmuring or complaining, maintaining a heart focused on God's grace. In Ephesians chapter 2, we are reminded of our past life in sin and how we were once dead, yet made alive in Christ. Because of his great love, God has saved us by grace and raised us up to sit together in heavenly places. This position of sitting with him in heavenly places represents our new identity and eternal security in Christ. This salvation is a gift of God, not of works, ensuring that no one can boast about earning their place. Jesus' parable of the sower illustrates the importance of receiving the word, which, like a seed, brings forth life and growth. As we conclude, remember these teachings on transition, humility, and the gift of grace that sustains our walk with Christ. Moving into Matthew chapter 13, verse 4, we see a crucial stage of the process where seeds fall by the wayside, reminding us of the need for receptive hearts. In verse 3, the parable begins with a sower going forth. It is an invitation to prepare ourselves to receive the word of the kingdom. Sowing seed is an intentional act of faith, planting potential for growth in the lives of those who hear. Matthew chapter 13, verses 5 through 9, contrast different types of soil, highlighting the challenges of depth, weeds, and the promise of good ground. Understanding the parable requires depth. In verses 18 through 20, we learn that the word must be understood, or the enemy will snatch it away. Continuing in verses 21 to 23, we see the danger of tribulation and worldly cares, but also the beauty of the life that bears abundant fruit. Verses 24 through 26 teach us about the enemy's interference, sowing tares among the wheat while we sleep. Vigilance is essential. Verses 27 through 30 show the need for patience. We must allow both the good and the bad to grow until the harvest time. In Luke chapter 18, verses 35 and 36, we find a blind man by the wayside, representing the cry of the needy seeking transformation. The story of this man serves as a powerful lesson in persistence, reminding us to shout out to Jesus, even when the world tells us to be quiet. When Jesus stops to ask what the man wants, his response is simple and direct. "Lord, that I may receive my sight." Jesus heals him, confirming that his faith has made him whole, which leads the man to follow him, praising God. Consider the miracle of growth that begins with just one seed, blossoming into something much greater through divine care. From the quiet beginning of a seed to the vibrant life that emerges, we witness the beautiful process of transformation. Take heart in this truth. You are somebody with potential for growth. Just wait and see what God develops in your life. We are so grateful for the time you've spent with us today. Your presence made this experience truly special. We look forward to connecting with you again on this journey. Please like and subscribe, and thank you from Pastor and Lady Brown. God bless.